It's me, Renee. I'm back. And I've been kind of going back and forth what I'm going to do for this today's video. And as you see in the title, I love doing this one, which is Tom Ellis romance movies ideas. Because as well as Ben Barnes, Tom Ellis has also said in interviews he kind of would like to do more rom-coms or romances. He actually, well, that's what they started. He didn't maybe start. I'm not an expert on Tom Ellis, but I've seen a few of his things, and like right at this moment, if you say Tom Ellis, a lot of people will say Lucifer. But before Lucifer, he actually starred in a British sitcom, Miranda by Miranda Hart. It's written by her, and he also plays in it. And in that one, he also played a love interest. Well, in Lucifer, he's not the love interest, he's a love interest. Well, yeah, anyway. But in Miranda, he plays a love interest. But he's not so buff, but he's still charming and handsome. I suppose Tom Ellis can't not be charming. I think that would be impossible. But yeah, so he has some experience playing in a romance genre. And that's a TV series, but yeah, it's kind of he gets together with Miranda and they break up and they get together again and have one of those things. But it's, yeah, and you really see he does romance very well, I would say. And yeah, so yeah, honestly, as for the Ben Barnes video, uh, I'm probably gonna be doing the same thing where I kind of just pick from my bookshelves. So they're kind of going to be the same books I'm talking about. But I suppose it's like look at this as a way for me to gush about Tom Ellis and I don't know, just to like talk about romance movies and also a way to like say, hey, universe, makes adapt these books, please, pretty please. And yeah, so let's start. So which should we do first? Well, and also I don't really, I'm impulsive, don't really love um what's the word again, prepare so much. So if any of these books has characters that don't fit to T the look of Tom Ellis, yeah, sorry, my bad. But also when you adapt things, it's not often you cast out exactly like the book character. So yeah, first we have Heroine Complex. So this is a superhero. It's superhero series. It's romance as well as action and other stuff. So it's romance and other stuff. And what he did just recently was Lucifer, which was fantasy and romance and stuff. So I mean, he's well versed in doing green screen. And yeah, in this book, in this series, the main characters are the females. So I suppose if he played a character in this one, he would have a lesser role. I suppose. I mean, he has a wife and kids, so I suppose, and he also just starred in Lucifer, so probably kind of, I would say, welcomes doing small parts as well. I'm thinking, and yeah. Anyway, I think you will really like this because it's so sweet, has great characters, great story. Oh, sorry. Why would I talk about a book that has bad characters? Well, I suppose I could, but then no, I wouldn't really do that. But anyway, yeah, it's just amazing book series. So I think Tom Ellis starring in this one could be really, really fun. Could work. So cool. Then we have, as I said, yeah, we're just kind of winging it. And then we have I Will Marry George Clooney by Christmas. So you're thinking probably the right title that this one includes George Clooney, a lot of him. It doesn't really. It's more about like characters and midlife crisis and more of that stuff. But okay, I haven't read this in a few years now. But I do believe there's I do believe that there is a love story as well. Yeah, just a nonsense. Okay, but um yeah, this book could be cool adapted. And I probably should talk about books I've read more recently than like 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, I like, well, I suppose I don't like. There's a reason I still keep it. Like, if I hated it, I would have given it away. So there's a reason it's still on my shelf. So just by that fact, it's a good book. So probably gonna be a good movie as well. I'm thinking, gonna be, could be, and yeah. Maybe easily. Let me see. Put my shelves together. That one, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna pick some books and then talk about them. That one. That one. That one. Those. That one. I don't actually think. For once, I'm saying no. That one could go. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that would be cool. Now, so my main idea now is to kind of think mainly about like romance-based romance, like not romances and historical romances, fancy, but mostly romances. Now you're seeing my eyes. Oh, anyhow, blah, 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 yeah, I think that more or less works. So I got a little stack here. So first we have Strandcafé. Well, it's not, so it's the cafe by the beach. I think it's called the Beach Cafe. It's called, and this one, it's not a pure romance, but there's romance in it. And yeah, it's a nice story. It's not like amazing, but like not every story in the world is amazing. But yeah, I think this could be like great to adapt because it's a charming story, and sometimes you just need charming, relaxing, good, enjoyable stories. You don't always need revolutionary stories. And Tom Ellis playing one of the characters in this one, I think will work very well. And then we have the Undomestic Goddess by Sophie Kinsella. But also actually kind of as a stand-in for most of her standalones. She has quite a few standalones. Some people know her most for her books, The Shopaholic, the Shopaholic series. I've read a few books in that series. Honestly, I didn't really like it that much, but I really enjoy standalone and her standalones, so that happens. And yeah, so yeah, and she has a lot of standalone books, and I think honestly most of them. Well, I haven't read all of them, but I think most of them could be very well and fun to be adapted. And yeah, they're all so fun and charming, and yeah, I think they will be yeah kind of easy and fun to adapt. So yeah, Tom Ellis playing any of them will be fun. Also, all of them because Sophie Kinsella herself is British, so most of the books, all the books takes place in the UK, so Tom Ellis doesn't have to use an accent. Well, he didn't use an accent in Lucifer. I don't know. I'm pointing out that. Anyway, maybe he could. Maybe they'll film in the UK, and that would be fun for him because his kids live in the UK. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Sophie Kinsella books and the Unmissed Goddess will be very cool. Yay! I'm just being a bit silly. Today, yeah, might be seeing a bit off because, yeah, but I'm doing this video to get myself in a better mood, and yeah. And then we have Life's Too Short and Happily Ever After by Abby Jimenez. So yeah, this whole series, it's adult romances. There's no mystery or historical, like there's just adult romances, but just like very good characters. Like it's just so good. Both of these books. Don't know if they're being adapted at this moment, but yeah, I think Tom Ellis playing any of these characters would be, yeah, just very nice, very nice. He was saying very nice in this video. Suddenly, I've become that character, Austin Powers. Very nice. No, is that Boris? Boris maybe saying very nice. Oh no. Anyway, yeah. And then we have Spoiler Alert by Olivia Jade. This one, yeah, it's the one that came out 2 years ago now. 2 years ago, time flies. But yeah, came out 2020, and it's romance, but it's based around the fanfic world, but it's not. So it's more like it's set in modern day, and yeah, it's set around the fandom world, which yeah, quite good. And yeah, I kind of think it would be fun to have this as a big screen movie. Lately, romance has been coming often to Netflix and streaming, but not all of them. A lot of them has been coming to a big screen. I'm kind of hoping that more of them will be coming to a big screen, but I don't know. But yeah, yeah. Then we have The Christmas Gift or Adventskallen by Jenny Gladwell, which takes place actually in Norway. It centers around the tree that Norway gives the UK every Christmas. And so this gang of journalists go to Norway to write about that tree and write about Norwegian history and the Second World War and stuff like that. And there's also a slight mystery in here. And also the love interest in this actually is half Norwegian. So if Tom Ellis, well, if like anyone who plays this character, like if it's ever adapted, unless they change it in an adaptation, but like if they keep that part of it, they would have to have a person who could speak a bit of English, Norwegian, or could learn it. Which I don't know. I imagine that Tom Ellis isn't that bad at learning languages. Maybe I'm mixing it up with Tom Hiddleston. Maybe I am. But like he doesn't need to like have a lot of lines, just like 2 or 3 lines. And I think honestly, I think yeah, actually I think that's kind of shows how good of an actor you are, or like how good of a how good an actor you are. If you can learn just like a few lines perfect in a different language. I mean, like for example, not Sandra Bullock, Jennifer Gardner played in Alias, and that character in Alias spoke a lot of languages. Of course, Jennifer Gardner doesn't speak languages, but like she learned them phonetically and perfect, so she sounds fluent. So I think you can do that. I suppose you can do that in no matter who you are. But yeah, this being adapted will be very nice and very nice and charming and yeah. Well, yeah, book full on the floor. Anywho, then we have The Shambling Guy to New York City. So this has fantasy elements, but it's urban fantasy. So it takes place in New York City. And then there's a sequel taking place in New Orleans. And yeah, Tom Ellis playing in this one. Now, again, this is a book I've read 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, a few years ago. I don't quite remember if the love interest is a werewolf or a vampire, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those things. Maybe it's a ghost. Anyway, I remember this book being very good. So, and that's the main thing with it. I mean, it doesn't matter like how good, like if it's good in that way or that way, just as long as it's good. I mean, yeah. And I'm just not gonna give myself some, yeah. And then we have Love, Lies, and Fantasy Ships. This one I actually just read earlier this week, so it's one of the first reads of the year. And yeah, so in this one, the love interest is a single dad. He's a chef. He's charming. Well, Thomas is always charming, so any character he would play would also be charming. But yeah, and yeah, I think Tom Ellis playing in the adaptation of this one will be very nice. I keep on saying very nice. Sorry. Yeah, I suppose maybe I'll put it as a warning in the title of the video. Anyway, that's the books they have kind of thinking that would be fun to see adapted with Tom Ellis in it. And yeah, so a lot of them were repeats from the from the Ben Barnes one, but I mean, yeah, I mean it's my channel, and yeah, that's really how it is. And yeah, I hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.